Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 setups for today. So, Facebook or Meta results are out, and obviously they're spending a lot more money than what the market wants them to spend, and they're spending it on AI, and as a result, Meta fell 15% after hours. So, could fall a little bit more today, but also there's other tech stocks that are also going to be spending money on AI, so obviously everybody is now concerned. A couple of months ago, everybody was excited about the spend on AI, and now it doesn't meet the investors' agenda anymore. Anyway, as I suggested yesterday, you didn't want to go long up here. You were looking for the pullback on structure, and we are in the zone that I was looking for at 50-50, but it does look like we're probably going to break through that if you look at the oscillators at the moment. So fairly decent diversions here as well. So you can take it from the high of last week to where we are currently. You can see it's a lower high and the oscillators are a higher high. So that's bearish diversions. So you would expect this thing to continue to the downside today. Now, as you drill through the time frames, you are going to see areas of support, and that's exactly where we are at the moment. And we'll look at the daily now. The daily is pretty much up and down, but there's two ways of looking at this. This is from an 8-hour perspective. We've hit, we didn't quite get there, but 5100, and we sort of tagged it and then rolled over. So you're looking for a continuation down, or another way of looking at this is that this is a flag. So strong move down, flag. And another way of looking at it from a bullish perspective is breakthrough structure, which is here at 50-50, 50-42, 50-50. Come back to find support for a continuation higher. So there's merit for both. But if you look at the 8-hour, it's definitely a case of a potential rejection and move lower. If you look at the 1-hour moving averages now, they've all crossed over and prices below. So I would be looking for the shorts here, but just be careful. Let's put this last level in here, because this zone is fairly strong. You can see we spent 2 days trying to find support between 50-50 and 50-37. So we did spend quite some time trying to find support. And remember, we've got a big, juicy weekly gap here. But again, there's another bullish outlook here as well. Big move up. Flag, consolidation for the whole of yesterday for a continuation to the upside as well. But I think with the moving averages crossed over like this, if we get it back above 50-50, I'm not looking for longs. I think I'll just ignore that, because then that's going to create a situation of above and below the moving averages. So I'd rather wait until we get a retest of the moving average. So in other words, move up, come back, build a base, and then start again. That would be my signal for the longs. At the moment, with this crossover, I'm looking for a break a little bit lower and then a pullback. And you can just put, so I'm just doing two things. So this long tail here, not quite a pin bar, but it's a juicy tail. There's a nice little pin bar there at 50.26 and 50.14. So I'd want to see price move and then bounce off the bottom, come back, reject the upper end, and then that would be a short zone. But just bear in mind, you have more results today. I think Google is today. And that is going to be as volatile as yesterday was. So yeah, that's I'm actually going to be sitting on the sides, to be honest, because I just don't trust any of this. You can see this whenever you below and above moving averages, like we did there going into the close, and then after hours fell, which was just Meta. And again, as I said yesterday, there was a gap here. We tagged that. We did get moving off that for a long, short-lived, back down, and now we have another gap down here. No, nothing there. So yeah, now we have a zone of support which could very well come into play. But it is such a mess, I don't think it's even worth trying to second guess it. The problem that you've got right now is with Google coming out. Google are also heavily invested in AI, so you've got this fear that the companies are spending too much money on AI, which is impacting their results. And then they also reduced revenue streams coming in as well. So I think from the FANG stocks, you're probably going to find us drop a little bit more with the FANG stocks, and then we will settle into routine and everybody will be happy, and we'll find a reasonable price for the market to think it is cheap enough, and then they'll be looking to buy into it for a move back up. But I think for now it would be very wise just to sit back and wait. There's nothing really on the 15 minutes here that is going to indicate anything. You've broken through structure. You would have expected us to find support here for a move up. That hasn't happened. So we've basically broken through and we're now in this zone. So we could drop 50.26 and 50.14 as our two targets to the downside, or we could range, break the range, find support, and then head back up to the upside. It's going to be a messy move to the upside because each one of these tails from yesterday and the day before, everything underneath here is going to offer resistance. So I suspect it's going to be another messy day today, to be honest. You're probably going to find squirts up, squirts down all over the place, and nothing really that is indicating you really want to get involved in this. And last thing on the 3 hour, you can see we did break through a spike channel. We've broken the downside here. But if you just look at that price action on the 3 hour, moving average is still in a bullish format. Oscillators eased off the top, starting to separate here. It can go either way. So, it can continue to the downside. If it does continue the downside, I think it needs to break through all the structure, come back and test it. That would be a flag retest. That would be a strong signal for a short. I think that's definitely what I would do. But that's going to probably take most of today to sort itself out. So move down, it'll bounce around here. It'll have to break through, come back and test, and then you're going to see it move. Or it's going to find support here. If you look at the 3 hours oscillators right now and moving averages here, support for another attempt at 5100. So 50-50 call in my view, and with a whole lot of tech earnings still to come this week, I think it would be wise just to wait it out on the S&P and rather have a look at something else. I hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.